Happy holidays, everyone. I literally just I just started recording. Sorry, I'm smoking some of the smoking some of the ganja. Anyway, it's the holidays and hey, feel free to stick around for just random conversation. I myself, I like to keep to myself on holidays. That's just me. So, and I know other people are like that. But there are some people too who don't choose to spend it by themselves and they're alone and they shouldn't. So, this is kind of just for like, hey, random conversation. Are you bored? Are you lonely? Are you dead inside? Are you like wanting to crawl out of your skin? And okay, this is just getting a little out of hand. Anyway, so yeah, if you guys are bored, lonely, or just want to hear somebody's random voice just talking about shit, then stick around. Roll up a blunt, pack a pipe, pour yourself a glass. Not really sure if I condone anything else, but as long as you are safe, whatever. So, one thing that I have noticed this year and last year is a lot about twin flames. So, I'm kind of like, what? So, I admit I got sucked into the twin flamery. Um, and it was intense because so much of these tarot card readings that I did, like everything I picked had this resemblance to my situation that I kind of completely forgot I was in. I wasn't thinking of anyone. I was like, well, this is going to be funny because I don't have anyone. But then it started to remind me of someone from like my past and what had happened and something that I had thought had finished because I had made this confession out of mania. I had made this confession to someone of my deepest feelings. And I never talked to them again after. I think I made them uncomfortable and sorry about the table shake. And I made them uncomfortable. So yeah, it was crazy. It was an intense time for me because I really believed in that twin flame journey and that I really had one. And every message was they're going to come to you with an apology. Uh, they all said that it's a third party situation. They all said, the person was married but doesn't want to be getting married. All of them had to do with like mother wounds and mother issues. And down to the point where one reading I did, one of the women had said, I'm getting a mint peppermint vibe from you guys. And I laughed. I was like, bullshit. And then I took a toke from my e-vape pen, and guess what flavor it was? It was mint. How the would she have known that? So that really, just really added to, I guess, the insanity of it all. And I kept reading about twin flame stuff, and it can drive you insane. Like it can drive you insane. I was watching a lot of I think the channel is Ascent 1111, I think. And it is Fiery Grace and oh, Fiery Grace and how could I forget his name? Anyway, I really like both of them. Um, I was listening to a lot of their like divine masculine letters because I mean, regardless of like, I'm a guy, but I'm more of like a divine feminine, I guess, if this stuff is real. But anyway, I was watching a lot of Ascent 1111 videos and I was getting like emotionally hit. And I thought I was like going crazy and stuff like that. So I was like, stay away from these videos, and as coincidental as they are, nobody would see or validate anything. So I kind of just kept it to myself. And for the longest while, I was hoping that this supposed person, that is my twin flame, sorry, this supposed person that is my twin flame, I was waiting for them to reach out and, things like that. And it didn't happen as accurate as some of them were, as accurate as like almost all of them were. I had to let it go. I'm like, I have the bipolar disorder, so I was starting to attribute it to, maybe I'm starting to go off the deep end. Like I just felt like I sounded crazy, so yeah, I stopped. And all these alerts from Quora would show up on my feed about like twin flames, and I would read them and then I would like stop, and I was like, wow. I took a step back. I'm like, this journey, like, you are chasing someone, and this person really, truly, like, they want you and they crave you. They're excited and scared by you. The idea of somebody wanting you so much, but hiding it and picking someone else and having to disappear to like work on themselves. It was just like, I found that hard to believe. And then I was like, whatever. I was just like, if this shit's true and this person comes back with an apology, it is not going to be an easy time for them. It is not. I was like, I'm gonna give them the hardest time. And then I also knew, I'm like, if the twin flame journey is true, it is not about pettiness or vindication. But anyway, this want or desire for something as cool or as magical as a twin flame, I just, I guess something happened one day and I was grounded. Like, I just felt more grounded, and I was like, you know, a lot of the time when things happen, I guess that can be called synchronicities or foreshadowings, I try to logic my way out of it. I try to be very logical at first, and then usually logic doesn't win. But, anyways, so I was just grounded, and I'm like, out of all the readings I've done, the one thing I really enjoy about the twin flame journey is the healing of oneself. To me, that is so exciting. And I'm not saying to heal, to unite with this part of yourself. That's not what's exciting, because you will never know if you have a twin flame. And this is just coming out of someone that doesn't like truly believe in it. But my point is going back to the one thing I do enjoy about the theory of the twin flames is it goes back to oneself. it goes back to looking within and healing. And regardless of what might happen with this other person that you, I guess, are at some points obsessed with, um, it's such an important message to heal yourself, whether it's a twin flame journey or not. And it doesn't take a twin flame to trigger a spiritual awakening or ascension in you. It doesn't. Some of my friends have done that for me. They have triggered awakenings. So, I don't know what your opinion of the twin flame journey is. If you guys are bored enough to like put your insight on the twin flame journey, then, feel free to leave a comment. I mean, hey, we all get lonely. Sometimes we just need something to do. So I don't welcome any arguments, disagreements, negativity. All that bullshit's gonna be deleted. But yeah, if you want to put your insight on twin flame journeys or just connection and love, just whatever you want to comment on. But healing oneself is so important because you are not always going to have people around. It is so important to be as self-reliant as you can, and that's not to say to never reach out for help. I mean, I find it hard to reach out for help. I'm like on a healing journey that's, it's hard to explain. But I'm on a healing journey, and I've when you have those moments where you can lean into, wow, the tools are in myself. Like I can heal myself. I can feel whole just with myself. Everything is within. Everything. And it's exciting when you really realize that everything it's inside of you. It's not in a man, it's not in a woman, it is not in, it, you know, it's not in an external source of whatever may fill that external source, whether it is the gender that you are attracted to, whichever that may be. It's all within you. You're not going to find it in someone else. As much as we want to, as much as we so badly want to be with someone. Sorry guys, we can't say that it's for sure going to happen. But you still have yourself. That doesn't make it comforting always, but having started to do the work, I can say it's exciting, not because it's easy. Healing is not easy. Healing is ugly. Like healing is ugly. I'm not trying to make it sound like it's easy, but just doing something to help yourself, giving yourself something that someone else cannot give you. It's exciting and it's scary, but yes. So the one thing I will say about the twin flame journey is it goes back to thyself. It goes back to healing. It goes back to letting it flow. It teaches so many things. And you know what? Even if there's no twin flame reunion at the end of the journey, I still want that awakening. I still want to heal. I don't want this to happen. I don't want all of this healing just to happen because me and this other person went left. I don't want that. I don't. And we will never know whether there is someone to unite with. Some people die single. I'm not gonna say alone because that has like negative lonely connotations, but people die single. They were independent and they were fine. And that's okay. It doesn't make them less of a person. You know, they're still whole. And yeah. Ooh, 15 minutes. This video's getting kind of long and probably boring. But basically, hopefully, we can all realize that regardless of whether there's someone at the end of self-healing, it should still be done. You don't need anyone, one specific person, to trigger an awakening. And I don't think you need an awakening. I don't think you should awaken and heal just for the sole purpose of uniting with someone. I think that kind of defeats the purpose, because subconsciously, everything you're doing is to get to them. All of that taking care of yourself, it's to get to them. So I guess the one thing to do is assume nobody's gonna be there, honey. Just yourself. Just yourself. And that's enough.